How's it going, everyone? Yes, you're watching a review over this piece of shit. Yes, it's repaired. I don't know for how long it's gonna last, but it's fixed. So, you guys have seen in the channel before how much I've dealt with this thing through many things. The glitches, the issues, the electronic, the mechanical issues. There's a lot to tell, so bear with me on this one. So this is a Mooning Santa Claus that I got a couple of years ago. I got it around December of 2019, definitely December of 2019, and I've always liked it, because it's something I really haven't seen before right here. I knew it existed, but I just didn't know I could find it here. So I found it in this one Chinese store that year it had a bunch of other old stock things. That one Santa Claus that I showed before that has like the images in the chest. The which one else? There's a couple of others. I must have gotten like 2 or 3 from that place that year. I'm not too sure, but anyway, that's the only one that comes to mind right now. And they had this one. They had actually 2 of them, if I remember correctly. And it was on motion sensor, so, you would pass and the thing would actually start working. And the batteries were low and everything, and I actually got the display model. Maybe that's why the thing is just so fucked up, because it's been used a bunch of times. But the thing is that, of course, it was a rainy day. I remember it like if it was yesterday. I called my dad, because I came back from school. I was in Munro, which is a place here. And, basically, they had this thing, and my dad paid up 500 pesos for it, which is kind of a hefty price, but you get the point. You don't see Santas that just bend down and show and moon at you all the time. So basically, he bought me it, and ever since it was new, or should I say, in my possession, it had issues. It had issues with the getting up thing and everything. And it could not work on batteries. Yeah, it worked on batteries, but it would not get up. It was just, it would just not... I'm actually going to take the hands off here. There. Because I put them there before the review, but never mind. Looks better like this. So, ever since I got it in Christmas of 2017, that was the only year it was out for display. Because Christmas of 2018, the thing stayed here in pieces because I couldn't fix it. I just did not know what the fuck was going on. It's just that the programming of this thing is terrible. It's if you guys know the original Gemmy Mooning Santa, it has, you can listen, you can understand what it says. It moons, and most of the times, it gets up perfectly. In this case, this thing could never get up perfectly. And I replaced the gear. I replaced the belt. The belt actually broke just yesterday. I was so mad. But I tried a lot of, ways to make this thing work. At first, I was like, well, what about if I were to connect it to the base motor? So both motors would be triggered at once. No, because it would be completely out of sync with the time when the Santa, it's supposed to bend over and say Merry Christmas. So then, after a while, I was like, hey, maybe I could probably try, because I've tried everything. Before getting deeply into the electronics, I tried everything. I changed the motor, changed this, changed that, nothing helped with it. So I went with the thing of maybe I could make the retracting of the base retract the thing, the Santa, so it gets back up. At first I tried with diodes, worked fine, but after a while the diodes overheated and the thing started malfunctioning, glitching out in the process. Then I tried doing this one thing that I showed before, where I would actually interrupt one of these signals, the signal for the pants down function, and the pants up, I mean, and I would, leave that one disabled and put it on the retracting of the base, on the signal of the, and of course that it would make it glitch as well. Super annoying. And the motor, if you were to put it with a higher voltage or something, you could notice that it was giving a voltage to the motor, and it actually would bend down slowly. So that did not work out either. Then I tried doing the same thing but with diodes and including the default signal, and it worked But then it glitched out again like a son of a bitch. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm done. I'm done right here. So I took off the 2 diodes from the 2 different signals. And the only diode I left is the diode for the signal of the Santa when it goes down. That's everything I left. And it seems like it hasn't been glitching anymore. I took batteries out, put them back in, discharged the capacitor, tried out many times. Not a single glitch. So I think we are on a safe road, at least for now. I've worked on this thing so much that it's not even fun anymore. And I think I was really close to just getting rid of it. I was just so mad at it. So I don't know what the fuck to do next. I mean, it works now, thankfully. I've had to do just so many adjustments, mechanical, electronic, belt. The belt snapped by itself. It literally snapped by itself. I don't know why. The button usually gets stuck, but the thing works. It just gets stuck. It's not always popping out. I think that's an issue with Gemmy items as well, because I know that the booty shaking bear has that, and it has that issue as far as I can remember. But anyways, of course, you guys know it. This is not a legitimate Gemmy product. This is actually a bootleg. It was sold, I don't know where, everywhere to be exact. And I've seen a couple of times that they actually brought some to sell. Last year, they actually were selling some on Facebook Marketplace, brand new and everything, but they were the underwear version. Yes, that's right, there's an underwear version of this thing. As far as I know, there's 3 models so far. There's this one, the standard one with the skin-colored butt, and no underwear, it's just a bare ass, just like that. Then there's the one that has the underwear, just like the original Gemmy one. And then there's one that seems to be older. I'm not really sure. Again, I think this is old stock. I really think this one was some kind of old stock. But then there's the other one that all of this cloth has sparkly details on it. Those are the 3 models I know. Maybe there's a 4th one with underwear. I don't know. So anyway, we're going to go with the box super quick. So it says Mooning Santa. Again, I'm pretty sure Gemmy did make one like this with this box, because everything it says is just so Gemmy. Like, it doesn't have those shitty, grammar errors that Chinese things have. It says the ultimate Christmas gag decoration, Mooning Santa, the perfect gift for the person who deserves a lump of coal in his stocking. Hell yeah. Here's a photo. I believe this is the original one. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's I'm assuming it could be the prototype. I'm not really sure. I mean, the real Gemmy prototype that was featured in the Gemmy box, maybe, because it has some weird paint details and the motion sensors here at the front, I believe. If that's a motion sensor. Yeah, that's the motion sensor. It's not there. There's, of course, it showing it says and everything, and here it says what it says. Kind of out of order, but seeing as you've been extra good this year, Santa's got an extra special surprise for you. And then it says Santa turns and moons you. Bahaha, Merry Christmas. Yep. Uses 3 AA batteries. The same thing. And here's, of course, the back. Instructions, locate again, this is so Gemmy that I'm sure that Gemmy made. This description, they just copied it. Same with the font and everything. The top of the box, the bottom of the box, some importer sticker, and I'm guessing that's practically it for the box. So now we're going with the Santa Claus itself. The Santa Claus itself is fairly cheaply made. I think that even Gemmy's version is a whole lot better. The head, you can take it off because it's unglued. It originally was glued, so now it's not. So basically, it's a belt-driven mechanism, and it has, again, a new belt that I took out from the dock. The thing, okay, thankfully it doesn't look really bad. The only thing I know that's bad on it is some stains over there from the hot glue. But that's it. Other than that, here's the a little bit of the hot glue left over from the sides. This kind of ticks me off badly. But I even had to put baking soda on the pieces because they would break. So let me go ahead and explain exactly what this is and what's modified in it. Of course, when these are new, or should I say original, not tampered, you are supposed to expect the thing to turn its base, moon at you, and then get up, and then the base is supposed to retract. On the Santa, it's like that until the retraction, because both things retract at once, like I explained earlier. I kept the button and everything, so when it gets up, it stops, so the base has full power to go back. Other than that, it's still pretty normal. The speaker is the original one, and it sounds like shit. Then again, the recording is shit by itself, so you know, it's what I have. I really want to get the original version at some point, because these things are super cool. I love these things. I would like to have like a freaking, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them, and someone would just pass, and all you would see after that's just every single Santa showing its ass to you. That would be the funniest thing ever. Everything motion censored, I love it. Motion and sound sensor are by far my favorite activations, because you know too fucking well it's out there. And you know too fucking well that you don't have to push a button, you don't have to... No, you can clap, you can do whatever the hell you want, even pass in front of something, and it's gonna start. That's what I love about these things. And that's why I wish that almost everything had a sound and a motion sensor to it. Anyways, here's the bottom of the base. There's that foam that I put there because the original one was gone. Those are the original foam pads. Of course, here we have the AA batteries, the freshest I could find, so it works best. The motion sensor, the switch. Oh, that's right. There we go. The cool thing about this one is that it's one of those Gemmy items that I know that you can actually turn off once you triggered it. Because I know there... See what I'm talking about? There's a few... Especially the fish. Especially the fish, you just cannot turn them off. So, anyways, I guess that's practically it. So now we're gonna go with the demo. Oh, shut the fuck. So now we're gonna go with the demo. So, here we go. See what I'm talking about? Both things happen at the same time. And thankfully, this was another really bad issue that I had before, which was that it would not get up all the way and there would be like a giant gap. Right now, there's hardly anything, thank goodness. So it will do its purpose as long as I put fresh batteries in it. And as it hasn't glitched or anything so far, I'm giving this as done. Here we go again. I fucking love it. I absolutely love this thing. It's, again, it's one of those love-hate relationships that I have. It's just like, you're a piece of shit, but you're awesome. Anyways, so that's... Now, one thing I forgot to mention about this one is that it has a regular speaker, but you can actually put the coin speaker that they're originally supposed to take. Now, I could not modify it. The reality is I could, but I just don't feel like it. I really don't think it's worth it to modify this one yet. If something else happens, if some other issue happens and I have to do more shit to it, I'll make sure to see if I can improve the sound quality just by a little bit. Because as I said, this is as good as it can get. It's the recording, it's not the speaker. Let me just show super quick some of the autopsy photos I have of this thing. As I said, it's a pain in the ass. This is a years. The thing it has been broken for like years now, a year and something, almost 2 years. So let me see. Because 2017 everything was fine. It worked like a charm. But then after that, what ended up happening was the thing started malfunctioning and all. And I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm not going into this until next year. And I went into it in mid 2018 and then late 2018, nothing. The thing was just unfixable. It would work, but again, the retraction would not work. Because at one point, I even considered changing the whole mechanism for the top portion. Because it's, let me show it. Of course, this is the custom piece I had to make for it, which hits the button relay thing, which is, again, a mouse button. So it hits this when the Santa Claus goes up, so it cuts the signal, and the button is normally closed. Or should I say the circuit is normally closed. Here's the functionality of that. You guys see that? And now it's gonna hit. It hits the button, and that's when the thing stops. Now, this required a lot of adjustments and a lot of pieces printed, because you have to consider that you're not gonna get it to do that right away, because you have to glue the fabric in what would be the ass joint that it has, and that usually makes a little bit of extra, you know, and a little bit of extra space that the thing's not gonna be able to reach. So I actually had to do a few pieces, and somehow I nailed it. This is just how bad the parts are. Those are the parts that hold the wire for the pants. Because these both things, they are two square shaft gears. And they move at the same time. You know, this one goes down. Oh, shit. Sorry. This one goes down, and this one goes down as well, but for the other side. You know how gears are. And this is the last part I came up with. If you guys can see it, it has like a little nipple to it. Other than that, after printing so many parts, after breaking my ass in half for so much time, I mean, even this no, this picture's not new. This picture's actually old as fuck. This is from 2017. And I know because that's the box that had some screws and stuff. I'm not too sure what that is. Maybe solder? Yeah, this is old as fuck. This is when my room was not overcrowded. This is the first video that I recorded when I was using it on an adapter. See, it goes down and everything. And that's the only time I could get it to retract properly. After that, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So from there, I mean, that's practically the whole thing I had to do to it. So I guess that now all that's left to do is just continue playing with it. So, that's practically everything for the review, everyone. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next Christmas review.